Hey people, so for this assignment we are going to update or recreate a logo of a popular brand. I put some up here just to show us and kind of get some inspiration, but we are looking for a brand that's well known and has kind of an iconic logo to recreate and reimagine into something new. So this is my example for MTV. It's not the best, but I basically took some shapes from the original logo and manipulated them, changed them around a little bit. You can make multiple versions. Sometimes it helps to like duplicate and like work on duplicates and then kind of see where we're going. This is another one I did, Nike. I basically, just again took the basic shape of the Nike swoosh and rearranged some of the elements. I took the words Nike and put them within the swoosh and like added this extra swoosh. There's another one I just did with Adidas. Again, I'm like really taking the shapes from the logo and just putting them together in a different position or a different way. I change a couple things along the way, but let's go back here and kind of decide on one. Let's maybe try McDonald's. So here I'm going to create a new tab and quick get a McDonald's logo. So I'm gonna quick get from Google Image the McDonald's logo. All right. And on my new page, just gonna import it. All right, so that's my McDonald's logo. So this is what I really wanted to show you. It's kind of a trick to vectorize an image. So I just pulled in an image that I got from Google. It's definitely a bitmap image and it's pretty bad quality, I can see. But here's the trick. If you go with that bitmap selected, actually, before you do this, you need to duplicate it. So we're gonna just duplicate it. Pointer tool, whoops, move it over, hold down Option. All right, so that's gonna be my original, just my reference. I'm gonna stick it in the corner. And this one, we're going to go Modify, Path, and then you can vectorize an image. So if it's a really complicated image like a photograph, it's gonna take forever and might crash. But if it's like a simple logo, it shouldn't take too long. Actually, that happened really quickly. And you can see this is my original. Now this is my vector. It does like a okay job, but there's still like some little mess ups in there. So yeah, we have some work to do. My suggestion is because it'll make like a bunch of shapes, it'll make them like in a group. So actually this one only came out with 2, but sometimes it'll come out with like a ton of different paths that are split. And it just helps to kind of like delete and remove some of the things you're not gonna really use. Like, see this red part? They don't need. I'm gonna delete this red part for right now. And then this is what I'm working with. I'm not sure I'm gonna need this little dot down here. So you can just go in here with the sub-select tool, and if there's parts that you don't want, select them and delete them. Sometimes, whoops, that's too much. Is that it? There's no one in there? All right. So yeah, feel free to like really condense it and break it down into super basic shapes. Anyways, you might be left over with something that looks like this, and it has like wiggly doodads, and it's just not traced perfectly. You have a couple different options. You could like come in here with the sub-select tool if it lets you. Let's try it again. Oh, I guess we can ungroup this. There's an ungroup button. Make my life easier. Okay. And select it in the layers palette and then hit the sub-select tool. Yeah, so you might find yourself kind of moving around anchor points, finding extra anchor points, deleting extra anchor points, changing up the joint. Like this is kind of pointy right here. I might change the joint to mirror it and then I'm gonna have to like reposition it. But if it, by any chance, it does come back when you vectorize it and it's just like too complicated and has too many anchor points, the smart thing to do is to simplify the path. So I'll show you how to do that, see what happens. So I select everything and go modify path, and then there's simplify path, and it gives you tolerance. I'm just gonna put it like all the way up and see what happens. Oh, it at least made that a little bit nicer curved. This in the middle doesn't really look that great. Just maybe needs a different joint. Same thing for like this up here. Something happened to it. You know, the good thing about this is it is pretty symmetrical. Depends on which way you want to go. I mean, you can make something like really weird and totally not ever going to be a real logo, or you know, you can play around with it. And I guess the objective is to be able to make a believable update to a logo. So yeah, there's going to be a lot of different techniques and different ways you can go about doing this. But yeah, feel free to, like, you could always start from scratch, or you could vectorize an image like what I did. So kind of been playing around with the right side of this, thinking that when I'm ready to, I can cut it in half, duplicate the side I like, and then make it symmetrical like that. So yeah, that's kind of like what I'm going for. Make it a little bit more sharp. You're probably going to find extra anchor points in here somewhere along the way. All right. All right, so let's see what happens. I'm going to like cut this part and try to duplicate it. So let's just make sure the whole thing's selected, right? And knife tool. Just gonna try to cut it right down the middle. Hold down Shift. Right, and now should be able to. I'm just gonna put this off to the side in case I want to use it. But this is kind of what I was going for. And then let's Command C, Command V, and then up here it's flip. There we go. Let's try to nudge it right up to itself. So yeah, snapping is good for things like this. Another thing that you might want to see, like rulers, show grid, show guides. I think it's show guides. Oh, no, it's show rulers. It's in there somewhere. It's either in guidelines. No, I want to see those. Anyways, there are rulers, and you can like bring out guides. That could be helpful. But yeah, like that's the start of my updated McDonald's logo. Let me try to nudge him over. I was nudged too much. Let's zoom in. You gotta like strive for perfection. Yeah, I mean that's not terrible. I mean I can do all different kinds of things with this, but that's a good start. So I'm going to whenever you get like something that's good, I like to duplicate it and just you know, have it hang back while I keep working and seeing what else I can do. Yeah, I might put or combine these shapes, combine the shapes, and duplicate it. Command C, Command V, right? And then I always like doing this, where I'm on my duplicate, and I'm just going to try to make like a quick cut. All right, so select both and then subtract. So now I have these extra kind of lines that might look good depending on where they're placed and how they're colored. Ooh. I guess that's the same thing as adding a drop shadow. But, I mean, I'm satisfied with that, actually. So you want to like keep going and experiment. The idea is to use your creative sense to update and reimagine a logo. Hope this helps.